Ladies and gentlemen, well, it seems to me that you lived your life like a candle in the wind. That's not what I was talking about. I am going to just have to make a few little adjustments to what's going on here. First things first, I will just change the water settings to not quite so gushy. Less gushy. How's that? A bit too ungushy, I think. See? Perfect. Neither gushy nor ungushy. Alright. Move this over. Zoom it forward, and then once we have the perfect shot, we are going to lock and load. Where is that darn thing? Alright, I need to lock and load it so that we've got a bit. Where are my. There they are. Right, time for a bit of a clean down. Got to clean up my axe. That's what I've got to do. It's an opal here. Look, sometimes what happens is that the local wildlife, you know what, this place is rather interesting. So it goes and it makes a generalised exploration of the place. And I don't mind them exploring the place, but I do wish they'd clean up. Like, there is benefit to them in doing such a thing, because quite frankly, when I've got ants especially, when I'm walking around in shorts or in thongs are not a rude word, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're from America. Thongs are a perfectly acceptable word. Anywho, when I'm walking around in my flippy floppies, my thongity dong dong dongs, whatever you want to call them. Oh, hello there. How you doing? Oh, I was just talking about me thongs. The great bug infestation of 2025. You know what? There is the Day of the Ants. Have you noticed that? The Day of the Ants is just one day that the ants have decided. It could be spring, could be summer, could be any time. They've gone, you know what? We're going to get all of our queens and we're just going to fly. We're going to totally fly. And so you just walk outside and there's just these ants everywhere. Now, I'm not anti-ant, but I think they should organise a bit better than that. Maybe get a schedule going. You know, having an ant like display board and an ant airport with, you know, ant flight 220 going to Philip's mouth. Fashion and footwear. Hey, I like both kinds. There we go. Come on, you can do this. Is there an issue? Let's try and de-issue this. De-issue. De-issue. That's the trouble. Sometimes a piece of tissue paper is just a tissue. Yeah, that's better. I don't know. You know the old tale, you got to use the newspaper. The only way to clean the glass is with the newspaper. I tell you, if you don't use a newspaper, there will be great calamity upon you and your household. Shut up, man. Fine, back to the grave I go. Not at all macabre. Okay. Cat's food bowls. You know what? As with my birds, if there are weevils and stuff in the food, that comes from the company, by the way. I've caught them in the act. Like, you find their little nests in the food. But, like, the birds don't care. They're like, ooh, extra protein. I'm like, I extra protein. The birds are like, give me the extra protein. I'm like, fine, whatever. That, believe it or not, has got nice colour in it. Actually, I'll show you the nice colour one. It's this dude here, I think. Is it this one? Hopefully it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. We'll do this one first, I reckon, because this one's a smasher. You see that? Lovely. So this one's a little bit irregular, so we're just going to have to spend a little bit of care figuring out exactly how to cut the bad boy, but it's a good one. Now I've got a few around because I've uncovered a new technique for measuring and cutting opals, so I'm enjoying that. Just dropped one of them. Spent the afternoon very carefully documenting and finding opals, and now I've dropped one of them. Just grabbing these and ignoring the flying ant. You're not scheduled for tonight. You did it last week. All right. So there's a few things. This opal's actually a good example. You might not see the colour. I haven't seen the colour yet either. I'm just going to look and see if I can spot it. Yeah, okay. So this one's one of the tough ones, and the reason is it's got a scalloped edge. And the scalloped edges, they have a discontinuous formality. There you go. There's your green little tinge just there. So what I found out is when you're looking at these opals, you've got to find what orientation they are. And I'm not talking about, what their partner preference is. I'm talking about what orientation the actual opal is. You've got to find its horizon or its colour bar. Can you see how there's just that green on the bottom? So that tells you where the colour bar actually is. And then you start looking along there, and you've got to kind of angle that to the sun. So we kind of know where to look. I'll have a quick look at this and tell you if I can spot it. Yeah, I got it. It's angling slightly down. It's got a beautiful colour bar right here. I wish you could see it properly. So you can just see that little green lens. Actually, I think we've got a colour enhance button, haven't we? Let's try the retouch button. Ooh. That does nothing. That just blurs it. The blur button. Gee. Hello? Retouched. Yay, that worked. All right, well, at any rate, as you can see with this beautiful retouched thing, just there's a little bit of the lens of red. So we'll have a look at that in greater detail at some stage. We've also got these bad boys. Show them to you. Hopefully they'll sort of... Oh, excellent. Putting the bowls in slightly larger bowls. There you go, collaboration. What I do is I put all my rice and stuff in the freezer and leave it there. Oh, antisocial. You have just identified yourself as a father, Kiyashori. You could be a lady and you're still a dad. Another scalloped edge. So the scalloped edges are the real tough ones. You've got to reorient this whole thing to where the colour bar actually is, not to the scalloping, but to the colour bar. And this one, I can remember it, so hopefully I can remember it anyway. So basically the colour bar is just on this side. I know you can't see it. I can't see it either. I'm just going to blindly go in there and we'll see if we can get it. Anyway, we've got a whole stack which are like this, and I've got 3 of the most colourful, and I'm just going to have a quick look through, see if we can spot any more highly coloured ones. I think this one's highly coloured, except we can't tell. I'm just going purely on memory. I thought I saw a powerful green bar in this one, but that's an environmentally friendly place to drink, I suppose, a powerful green bar. So, anyway, what did I say? I'd start this one first. Let's get these guys out of the way. We've got them as well. And these are all the new ones too, so we'll have plenty of really cool ones. Let's grab one out at random. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, look at this bad boy. You can see there's some nice colour just sitting underneath there. So yeah, we're going to get good fun out of that one. Yeah, maybe I'll even speak English today. I was considering it. Okay, let's have a look at you. Where's your colour?
I haven't got any colour.
Why are you in the good one? Oh, I see it. Okay, it's just right at the top here. Watching from where? I'm watching from Sydney. I'm also broadcasting from Sydney, so yeah, I've got a few goodies. Well, we'll just keep going and we'll work it out. You'll notice that the water is dripping away, or is it? Yeah, dripping away very slowly. I might increase it. I might increase the flow a little bit. Drip, 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 drip. Much better. There we go. It was going a bit. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Oh, there's a few. So, see if we can get that. It's got a red one here somewhere. Trying to give you. There you go. Little bit of a show. There you go. There's a little bit of red. Teensy little bit of red. Oh, Kia, you're in far north Queensland, are you? Oh boy. Like we're sweltering here, and we've got humidity that's just only 99% compared to you guys. Right, let's turn this bad boy on. I'm doing this out of hope because I just saw something pretty. Glad you like the ASMR of it. Right. consider myself to be an ASMR channel, but there is a rather large noise, so I suppose. Should I whisper? This is nice, Opal. I'm worried that it's a crack that's doing this, so I'm going to show you this before it all breaks apart. So we can spot the nice bit of colour. This is a problem with colour. People aren't going to tell you this very often, but a lot of the time it's cracks that cause it. See that crack up there? There's a colour. See, just in there. Hopefully that's just an illusion. I don't think it is. Yep, and the crack fell off it, and now it's nothing. Rio. For those people who don't live in Australia, that's Fremantle. I'm not sure how that helps, but you know. They say no one knows where Fremantle is, I'll just go, wah! That's a little Aussie joke for the Aussies. Looking good at the moment, but I'm worried that once again this is the crack that's causing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try not to cut my fingers off. Don't worry, I'm a professional idiot. Now, shape that on the dop stick. You can see a little bit of colour just there. I'm worried that's the only colour we're going to get. But don't you worry. We'll try this one next. Hopefully this one's not going to disappoint, but quite frankly, haven't seen anything yet. Most Aussie episode ever, there's a fly buzzing around. I don't think I've ever beat a Fremantle. Did they ever free the mantle, or has it just remained in prison? Well, coming up on Valentine's Day, we're getting a pink opal. When I start doing that, it means I suspect there's something good around. Just hoping that sand abates before the mass abates. It's not that kind of a channel, really. Sorry about this, ladies and gents, but each got a thing. Also going to suppress any descent on the dust. Trying to be kind to the neighbours. My goodness, what's going on there? happy about this one's turning out. Not happy chappy. At some point I'm going to just give up on it. From displaying pink Opal to not showing much promise, not much. I'm going to abandon that one because I don't think it's going to do anything. Let's descallop this one and see what happens. So, Adele, have you had any luck driving that bridge? There's only one person on it, though. Maybe it's Adele. You never know. Never mind, I'll find someone like you, and that'll push my viewer count up to 2. That I get I better not from wood within the relationship. No, I don't know something. I better not from wood. No, I haven't yet. The impression that I get. There we go, lovely. Dr. Phil, the solo career. As in I get frozen in carbonite and everyone breathes a sigh of relief. Puta unde solo. Ah, my, do I go with you? Achabawanga. Got rid of them. And a gift. Gift book. Patio with and the humidity but the night and the rocket came I don't think this is a stereo this is a stereo. Not much luck with this one either. Oh well. There's always a bit of a risk. There's always a bit of a rebel chance. Let's find a get a big old one. Okay, this one most likely will shatter. We'll just give it a go anyway. It'll look nice just before it does. Nice of you to drop in. Where on earth did you come from? Okay, we'll worry about you later. There we go, let's have a look at the middle. Then suddenly, nothing happened. But it happened suddenly. Disappointed I did my pipe. Curse those blasted Germans. Before you think I'm racist, this is actually from a Goon Show episode called The Batter Pudding Hurler from Bexhill-on-Sea. We're not going to get much more sense out of this one. Whoop, 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 whoop. I can show you at least with my enhanced colour. How amazing. Hopefully this will work out. If it does, it'll be brilliant. If it doesn't, it won't be brilliant. That's the sort of wisdom you get from me all the time. Careful, Bill. Where is it? Anything good? Come on, you can do this. Leave it with this sliver That's okay. There's still some left. Still good. Tiny but mighty. Also, somewhere in the back of the booth, to show you. You can see. Come on, show them. Nice one with a lot of colour. Just tiny. That's all. Just getting some cleaning done. Yeah, making sure I can see because I don't want to not see. Once again, more wisdom from me. I'll be writing a book about all this wisdom. Things what I say that make people feel like they'd be good. Look at that. Beautiful little thing. I know where this is going. I've got some cousins coming over from Ireland and I promised them a long time ago that I'd get them some opal. And this is a tiny little opal. I reckon that'll fit perfectly in the ring that they've got. So, I might leave it like that and then we'll try and size it up when I meet them on the 4th. Not this month, or the next month, or the month after. But I'll tell you how that goes. Look at that. That's a beautiful little thing. That's going to go, and I'm just going to dop it up and make sure that it's all nice. Oh, nice, oh, nice, oh, nice. We'll just see if there's any more on this thing, because that was quite a nice piece. Very thin piece, but we'll get it out and we'll just dop it up or something. Now this is the importance of being a bit conservative with your opal material. If you get a good opal, then if you've been clever with how you do it, you can make something nice out of even the offcuts, and this is what's happening here. What this means is I'll have two sizes for these people. Two beautiful little sister stones. do is I'll flip it around so you see that side. And I'll keep the sand on it. That's a bit naughty, but at least it'll stay upright. So there you go. Two nice little stones there. I'll just quickly take the tiniest corner off. There we go. I'll dot that up too. Beautiful little stone. Lovely little thing. I'm quite impressed with that. Right. Let's look around for a monster rock. There is one around here, so I'll just try and find it. Not that one, not that one. This one, lightning rigger. Purple all around. See what this one does. Ooh. The worry, of course, is that it'll face this way, but it won't face this way. So we'll just hedge our bets. We'll cut all of the sand off it. That will help stabilise it anyway. Smooth all the corners off it. That will help stabilise it anyway. And we'll try and get all of the unusable opal off it. So I'll do that anyway. That way you just cut it until it's done. May have to cut this in half, we'll see. No, I think we're good. Having said that, the other half doesn't seem to add much, so we may have to cut it up anyway, but we'll see. Mexican jumping over it. Making a return, senor. Uno, dos, tres, hey! Well, come back here. Hello, I'm Speedy, the fastest opal in Mexico. Arriba, 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 ándale, ándale, hija. Let's come back here. Now this isn't too bad, but I'm not cutting it too deep. You can see how there's a bit of, well, I'll go deeper, but there's obviously a bit of colour just below the surface. So I may have to dop it up before I get to there. So I'll just cut the tiniest bit off it. Just got to be careful how deep I cut it. So I'll dop this up and we'll pop it on. video. Alright. Try this go. Got a nice bit of colour there. Well, that's a nice little gobsmacker, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. It's got a little bit of a divot in the middle. I don't mind those things. Let's just smooth the back of it, so it might look even better in the back. So this one, if that trend continues on that Opal of not showing any colour, it's not going to be what they call wall to wall. Still not a bad Opal, $100 worth, I'd say. Got to wipe down the thing because I need to see. I know. Horrible. What were you Right, it's got some personality. I'll top that up and we'll see how it goes. Quite like it, to be honest. I can see where the discontinuity is with the Opal too. I like that one. I mean, not that marketable, but I like it. So that's what's important. As long as I like it, who cares? What have we got here? Put that down. Oh, I've been going for 51 minutes. Wow. Okay, another scalloped one, which is a bit of a dodge. Actually, we'll have a look around, see if we can find a really nice one. Because we've got to start thinking about Magnum Opal, haven't we? Oh yeah. Think about the Magnum Opal. Think about the Magnum Opal. Think about the Magnum. Think about the Magnum. Think about the Magnum Opal. Didn't expect to be doing the theme song for Magnum Opal this time around. That's not Magnum. Let's get a whole heap of these guys out and we'll see what we get. Let's see what we get. See what we get. Have all of it? No, one more. Ooh, that was a nice one. Straight off the bat. Show that to you. This one's not bad. Oh, this one's good. Okay, show them to you. This one's not bad either. All of them can be shown. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of choice here actually. I'll show them all to you. Just got to find that Magnum Opal of Magnum Opalness of goodness. Goodness of Magnum Opal. There's a trick to that one. Can't find out. I promise that opals are coming, okay? I'm just sorting them all out. I've suddenly got a whole stack of really cool opal and I'm just trying to go, alright, which one are we going to magnetise? Get that one, that's looking nice. Got this one, they're all looking nice. They're all looking nice, okay. Let me just do a bit of an expose of the opals that we've got over here. So, what have we got? Oh, we'll start with this one. It's got a beautiful little bit of colour beside. Let's just give it a bit of a rub. Magnetising. Are you becoming a magnum? Are you becoming that opal of opals? That amazing opal that does all of the opal-y things. Opal-y do. Not? You will be cast into the outer darkness. Will the opal be cast into the outer darkness? Find out in 11. Sunshine. Now on PBDG 9. It'd be great if there was a PBDG 9 station. There's suddenly got an influx of people as a result of my amazing advertising campaign. Okay, it's alright. So I'm going to say it's good. But is it Magnum good? I don't think so. So we'll take that, we'll drop it later. We will turn it into something phantasmagorical, but you know, we've got a standard to keep. You know, let me show you this guy. Don't know really where to begin with this one. How about showing the colours? There are colours on it. Unbelievable. There we go, saw a bit of it. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, this is glittering away here, beautifully actually. Oh, there you go. There we go. Some nice colour. You can finally see it. There it all is. Good. Glad you've seen it. I'm just going to trim some of this off it. It needs to go. Because it's so good, mighty fine indeed. I'm going to just cut this end off it like so. Try not to damage it too badly. I thought I'd done a bad thing, but I hadn't. Feel like crying, feel like crying, I feel like crying. There we go. Now I just have to give it a bit of a smooth over. I'm going to keep it to regular shape, I think. This might be another one for the relatives to have a look at. Although this is not exactly showing the best that we've got to offer. It's maybe another $100 or so. You can see that. I'll pop it on the dot signal. I'll clean it up. I might be able to turn it into a drop maybe. That's as much as I dare. Okay, so is it good? Yes. Is it Magnum Opal good? No, not at all. Nice little stone that. I like it quite a lot, but no, we're not Magnum Opal one. So once again, good stone, not a Magnum. Another scalloped stone, and just in there is where we find the colours. So make sure I've got them. It's interesting, the colours just disappeared. Oh, there we go. Right, so first things first, let's get the colour. Where the opal cutters really earn their money, really, because this stone is inappropriately faced, and the only way you're going to get into some kind of value situation is if you cut it correctly. I'm examining the angles, making sure that I can do this correctly. The people, when they get something like this, they study the stone, they just study it and study it and study it. You can do that, but I think that sometimes you can overthink the procedure, and so sometimes it's just better to get on with the wheel and go for it. Stone geometry is a thing, so I'm just going to have to be very cautious with how I do this. I'm really liking that angle there. I think that's the angle I'm going to have to go for. Got a certain amount of universality to it, hasn't it? Just on that angle like so. So do I dare? I do dare. Okay, we can do this one. So we just flatten it out a bit. Flatten, not kill. There we go. Just giving it a bit of a look through, a bit of a look see. Yeah, okay, so just that angle a bit back. Much better. Right. Okay, there'll be a lot of open cutting channels. I don't want to blow the trumpet here, but that's probably one of the more difficult cuts you're going to see. Now, this isn't because of my skill, it's just that sometimes the opportunity presents itself to show your skill. So a good open cutter can cut them like this. I was just lucky enough to be able to do this on the camera. More importantly, so far anyway, haven't buggered it up. That's important. I'm going to say roughly 1 carat at the moment. Not bad. So slightly double-sided. So it's got a soft kind of tone to it. So once again, good, but not magnum opal. See what we can find here. Well, this one do it. It might. Is that even the one? Yes, it is. Good. So I've got a bit of clay on my hands from that last slip, so it's harder to hold the thing. Pan Galactic Gargle Blaster of Opal. 10 points if you can tell me where that comes from. go. Not a bad little opal, that one, actually. Once again, not going to be our bunny. Oh, this might be it. This one here might be it. Maybe this one. Oh, don't drop, don't drop. Nearly fell, nearly fell. Yeah, there we go. But, having a look here. Maybe that one. Oh, we've got some good candidates. We're only going to cut one of these, so which one will I cut? I say no guts, no glory, so we'll try. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll try this one? Yeah, we'll try this one. We'll see what happens. Got me. There you go. No one saw it. Once again, not a bad stone, but not as good as I was hoping, so we'll try again. This next stone is going to be my absolute last. Absolute last. So this one's ended up okay. Whoop. Just a little pin fire that you can see just down in there. Not exactly what I wanted. Alright, this guy. I'll tell you what, let's see if we go. There's a bit of colour on it, honest. Hopefully we'll see some on this one. These other rocks are mocking me at the moment. Where is it? Come on, show me. There it is. Let's show that. Right. Right, I'll look at that one in the morning, but it's not looking that good. We'll try one more. Let's see, are you gonna cause me grief or not? Let's just cut you across. Okay, let's try this. I think that works. Too small. Just a wee bit. We'll top it up and see what happens. Just gonna look and see if we've got what we've got. Yeah. I know what you are. You're in the daytime. You're in the daytime. You're in the daytime. I will do you in the daytime. You're in the daytime. You're in the daytime. Let's take the back off this and see what happens. And then I'm going to go to bed. It's just tiring and late at night. Do-da, do-da. Tiring and late at night. Do-da-da. Still going strong. What have we got here? Look on it. Got to do better than this, but we'll see. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you, as they say. Sometimes you just cut an opal that you think is going to be an absolute dog, and you're like, this opal is not a dog. This opal is so good. Sometimes you cut something you think is going to be the bee's knees, and it just doesn't even get up to the ankles. Inflaming the bee's lustly passions. No ankles for the bee. No. That reminds me, there was that bee movie where like a bee fell in love with a human. That was a bit weird. So I'm putting that down. I'm getting too tired. We will continue this tomorrow. Turn that off, Luke. The birds are asleep at the moment, so we should probably give them a little bit of breathing. Yeah. So we'll do that. Got plenty of opals to keep going with. Got this bad boy here. A few others. This guy here. So we'll do that. Don't you worry. I'll show them to you. Quite nice. And then I'm going to sign out because there's no one actually here at the moment, so no point. I'm not upset. I'm just like, I think I need to go to bed. So you've got these to go. All right. Having said that, I want everyone to have a wonderful evening, and it's Dr. Phil out.